Any last words, Rantoni?
I regret nothing. I will be forever remembered as Captain.
お前はもう死んでいる。何?
Ranton.
I come from a land down under, where women glow and men plunder. Is it even possible to believe it? Rare is back. They brought us classics such as Banjo-Kazooie, a milestone, and Connect Sports. Is Sea of Thieves a return to greatness, or is it shit? Let's find out.
Rare treasures and riches vast from pirate legends in the past. Shared voyages with faithful crew, call to sail the ocean Stavu!
Sorry to disappoint you guys, but there is no story. So there's no Captain Salazar. No Jack Sparrow. Poor performance indeed. But you know, you are a pirate, so it's all about that booty and about treasure.
Get out.
Sea of Thieves is an always online, cooperative, open world pirate game that is actually very simple when you boil it down to the essentials.
I love a fishy pirate pussy if it wasn't for the syphilis.
You start off by choosing one out of a pretty large pool of randomized homeless people. Some of them like balls, some are blind, some are alcoholics, and some are, yeah, sexy. I chose this guy because I can relate to him, you know? Stay strong, brother. Next up, you choose your boat. Either a galleon or a slop. This is not as complicated as it looks though. It just determines the size of your crew. Galleon is for 3 or 4 people and the slop is for 2 or if you want to ride by yourself. I like saying slop. Slop! And so begins your adventure. Now you spawn in a tavern on an outpost. There are a handful of those in the world and these are little hub-like islands that are all more or less populated by the same people. The place is quite cute. You got a rapist in one corner and a transgender behind the bar. And Tony. Hi Tony, how are ya? I think he's got scurvy. Unfortunately, there isn't much you can do here yet, cause you're a broke ass neighbor. So that leads me to the 3 factions. The Gold Whores, the Order of Souls, and the Merchant Alliance. They each have a representative on every outpost that gives you quests and I just got a boner, let's fuck! But because this game is fancy like a French hooker eating escargot, they're called voyages or voyage. You can only accept 3 at a time and you cannot cancel them. And now,
Dear friends,
you are ready to rape the 7 seas.
Listen for a moment, lads, and hear me tell my tale. Over the sea from China shore I was condemned to sail. The jury found me guilty, sir, and said the judge said he, for life Ranton I sentence you across the stormy sea.
Run to your ship, it should be somewhere close by. Raise the anchor, set sail, keep an eye on wind direction, and off you go, homie. Downstairs, you and your team now have to decide on a voyage to go on. And upstairs, you can spend some nice alone time. You know, sometimes I think this channel isn't worth it. I don't know for how much longer I can do. Oh god! Every player can propose a quest, and then you have to vote. Wait, not your kind.
Well, this just sucks.
Once a decision has been made, new items spawn in your inventory, and they tell you where to go, so somebody should check the world map to look for the right island. Then you sail to it. Yes, good, nice. You can play some music. So what do you want to do to me now? Okay, I guess. Then you wreck some skeletonies and done! The quests usually follow the same process every time. The Gold Hoarders always want you to find a treasure. The Order of Souls want you to kill some skeleton boss, and the Merchant Alliance needs you to catch wild animals and transport them somewhere within a certain time frame. Speaking of animals, fuck these motherfucking snakes! Fuck you, snake! You call yourself a snake? Tuh! I'm a snake! When you bring the chests, the skulls, or the animals back to the corresponding faction, you get a gold reward and also increase in reputation. Every 5 levels, you can buy a promotion. This will unlock new cosmetic items across all the shops, such as the Day 1 patch. Get it? That's my kind of humor. Just lovely. You need a high IQ to get this kind of stuff. I fuck your daughter! And you get access to better but also more expensive quests. Each reputation level caps at 50, he's broke, and there's also a list of passive challenges that you complete on the side. In terms of actual gameplay, Sea of Thieves keeps things quite simple. You carry 2 weapons. By default, that's the sabre and the pistole. On your boat, you can swap them at your leisure with a shotgun or a sniper rifle. They have very limited ammo and you can only refill them at stashes. You also have an equipment box where you can customize your character to your liking. Sadly, there isn't much here at first. Battling it out on the open sea happens via cannons, or you can just climb into them and blast yourself across. That was so much fun.
Regret.
When your ship takes damage, it'll fill up with water. This will not only slow you down, but if you don't fix up the holes ASAP, you're going down. That's what your mom tells me every night, you know, before I fix her hole with my dick. Upon death, you spawn on the Flying Dutchman and you reappear on your boat after about 20 seconds. If your ship is gone, but you're alive, a sexy mermaid will emerge, okay, I take it back, and teleport you back to your ship, docked at the closest outpost.
Spieglein, Spieglein an der Wand, deine Mutter wichst mir ein mit der linken Hand. The hype train around this one was unstoppable. You couldn't escape it. No matter what corner of the internet you were roaming, there was always somebody like,
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
so let's dissect this motherfucker step by step. And no matter on which side of the aisle you end up on, you'll be sucked.
Remember my Surviving Mars review? That game had basically no tutorial. Sea of Thieves upped the ante quite a bit. And by that I mean there is nothing. Nothing. Not even a hint or a tiny spritzer of information. At first I didn't know what to do or where to go. Okay. You're shut into this world like a little piece of caca and that's it. I'm not kidding when I tell you that it took me 3 hours to figure out how quests work or where to deliver the chests to. Maybe here. Excuse me, nope, she was a fatty. And what's even funnier is that it's so goddamn simple when you see it. Once I found out how it all works, I felt like an idiot, which means I didn't feel anything because I feel like that all day. But oh boy. Guys, hör mal zu, kleiner Stricher. The waves. What hasn't been said yet about the waves? How the weather changes dynamically, how your boat realistically reacts to the water, how the waves not only look good, but there's an actual physics engine behind it. This is... the waves! It's unprecedented. It's been a long time since I had goosebumps while playing a game. Some real Sichuan goose. The atmosphere is impeccable and the stylized graphics are gorgeous. This game is made by pirates for pirates.
You're probably wondering, Anton, what are you talking about?
Get out!
Think about it. Why did they add the possibility to play music? There is no reason. It's here only to serve the vibe. And it's a goddamn blast! Sailing through different weather conditions with your ship does not only look fantastic, it plays outstandingly well. Your ship has weight to it and there's a great learning curve. Keep going. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. Sailing through a storm and seeing your compass go crazy is unique, intense, imposing. I was speechless. Now, in terms of exploration, which is probably the most important part of the game, when you're out and about in the open sea, it's obvious right away that you got a huge world to discover. I think oceans are scary as fuck and they actually manage to convey that accurately. This is the bloody pinnacle! Finding underwater shipwrecks, sharks, the motherfucking Kraken. It's a goddamn blessing right up my motherfucking ass.
But yeah, there are issues. Massive issues. I am even willing to put aside all the technical issues I've encountered, and believe me, there were plenty. For fuck's sake, they locked players out of the game for several hours. And if you like the way you look that much, maybe you should go and fuck yourself. Merci. All the glitches and quest rewards not triggering and all the disconnect. I am willing to forget and forgive all of that because I know Allah is merciful. I want to talk about the core issues, systemic.
Though the waters run deep, this is one of the most shallow experiences I have played in recent years. It hurts to say that, but this is a shell of a game. Or if you're more on the optimistic side, it's a very fleshed out tech demo. The number one biggest problem I see is a lack of actual rewards and the complete absence of a progression system. The only things you can buy with money are fucking cosmetics. That is it though. Even the different weapons, they're all the same. None of it matters. For a game that's all about about loot, the loot is pretty fucking mundane.
Usually games should be like easy money, easy life. But in this game it's like this.
You've got the coins, faggot.
Yeah, I have a lot.
Nice. Now fuck off.
I hate the pirate life.
And to make matters even worse, look at this. Is this a man or a woman or what is it?
Quickly! I'm really busy.
Well, this is just the most awkward erection of my life. The price balancing is completely screwed up from top to bikini bottom. It took me 12 hours of playing until I could buy the first item.
Fubar.
And that's the only kinds of rewards you can get. You'll realize very soon that there's no point to any of it. You're just climbing up these ranks, but for what? Nottingham! No RPG system, no character development. Not even your fucking ship will ever feel like it's your precious baby, which I thought was important to pirates. But nope, and yet give a bliet. You can barely customize anything on your ship, so it just feels like an empty vessel that transports you. There's no connection. It's really the ultimate pointless grind. And this bleeds over to a severe lack of content. I mean that from a design standpoint. Is the world mysterious? Yes, at first. But when you set foot on the 20th island that looks the same as all the other islands, and you see the skull in the sky for the 100th time, and you do the same quest for the billionth time, you start to get sick of Sea of Thieves bullshit. The underlying patterns which this game is based on are laughably transparent and repetitive. I expected a game where you actually have to sink so your boat won't sink. Oh! Even on a gameplay level, Rare has apparently missed out on years of video game history. What in the name of Pakistani penis is this fighting system? Just what? The guns feel alright, although there are only 3 types, but the sword is some sort of joke. After a strong attack, your character just stands there like an inanimate fucking object. In this day and age, this is unexcusable and just clunky shit. And now, do you want to hear the kicker? There is only... I don't even know how to say this. There is only one enemy type in the entire game. And that's skeletons. Some are brighter, some are golden, some are stronger, some carry guns, some have bandanas, some are unarmed, some are weaker, but they're all skeletons.
My disappointment is immeasurable. And my day is ruined.
Imagine just what they could have done. How rich is the pirate lore? And they skipped 99% of it.
That sounds pretty horrible, doesn't it? But oh wait, there is PvP. And when things work out, oh, boy does the schneedel grow.
I don't like reviewing multiplayer games because in my experience every game is fun with friends, but Sea of Thieves is a special one. I played it with my boy Jum Jum, check him out, links down below, and just watch this.
Oh, I can't reach them anymore. Gotta get me a little bit there. Yes! Yes! Get in the thing! Get in the thing! Get in the thing! Oh, he's on board again! He's killed me again! Damn it.
Ship-to-ship combat is just awesome because coordinating with your teammates is crucial, and it leads to so many hilarious moments. I haven't had fun like this in a long time, and I will treasure these memories forever. Love you, Jum Jum. Call me bitch. Even carrying out water in buckets to save your ship from sinking is enjoyable because it's new. But now strap on your strap-on and fuck a pigeon, because Sea of Thieves fucked things up here as well. Guess what? There are 0 rewards for PvP. 0. If you're lucky, you might find some treasure that the enemies have left behind, but that's not always the case. You don't get anything for player kills or sinking ships, and I think that's a goddamn shame and unbelievably stupid. I also found the world to be overall too empty. I don't want the sea to be full of players, but hours can go by before you find another ship. Just when I thought I was alone on the server, I got gang rushed. And by that I mean gangbanged. And by that I mean fucked. And by that I mean anal, and by that I mean I like it. Also, and this is important, Sea of Thieves is unplayable with random strangers, and by yourself it's just utterly boring. I have yet to be matched with other players who are willing to communicate, and this is the type of game that literally will not work if you don't talk to each other.
Please accept the mission. Hello? Robo boys. Accept it. Hello? Oh motherfucker. This does not work at all.
Once I entered a group and they voted me into the ship prison. That was funny, but also shit.
Maybe you have noticed by now that the game only comes to full fruition under very narrow circumstances. Only in the rarest of moments does it fully shine. And once these moments inevitably pass, you're reminded again of how little there is to do. Sea of Thieves is truly one of a kind, groundbreaking, and at the same time, oh, what could have been. And these things are not mutually exclusive.
I'm a little over 20 hours in and I still got a long way to go if I want to reach reputation level 50 with each faction. But why would I do that? There's no incentive or anything that keeps you motivated, neither are there any interesting milestones to achieve. Occasionally I will be jumping back into it because messing with other players in PvP is just so much fun.
Sea of Thieves is such a divisive game. People shut themselves into camps, and camps can be good or bad, but in Germany they were pretty bad. One side says, this is the most overhyped shit ever, and the other side says, I'm officially a pirate. They are both wrong. This game is one of a kind, and it has huge shortcomings. But I'm gonna be honest, I had fun. Impossible? No. So my final rating is a generous and forgiving 7 out of 10. I think it's good, even though it's such a fucking shit. Consider checking out my Patreon, it makes a huge difference, and thank you very much. I love you all, goodbye, see you next time.